2005 Toyota Tacoma. I'm going to replace spark plugs. You need to remove the two nuts. And you pick them up off the studs, pull it out little brackets in the back. Okay, little hooks. Alright, put that aside. And you need to remove your air filter housing. Undo this clamp. There's two bolts down below for this tube. Right here, one here, and one over here. Those are 12s. Those are frozen in there, they're gonna bust off. So you undo this clamp, pull this off, pick it up, shove it off to the side down here, like that. Undo your two clips for your air filter. Notice that, K&N. Let's see how good this K&N is. Man, look at that. Nice and clean, huh? Every person's got a K&N in their car, never cleans it. So just heck with the K&Ns and just put a regular filter in and just throw it away. All right, so there's 3 here. So you remove those 10s and you wiggle the little coil up and down, right to left a little bit, and you can pull it up a little bit. Then you can push, put your hand under there and you can push in a little clip and unplug them. Okay? Pull these bolts out, pull all coils out, get your blow gun, blow out the tubes where the spark plugs are at. Pull your spark plugs out and inspect them, see how they're running and all that. This is the driver's side. It's got a couple things in the way, no big deal. You can unplug this connector here for the evap. Unplug this line for the evap. Okay. Then you got another, like a PCV type tube right here. Undo that and pull that off the intake, and you got one on the valve cover. Pull that off. You just got the little clamps on them, the finger clamps. Set that up to the side. So now the other coil right there, one coil there, a coil right here, and a coil there. And they got the same as the other side. They have the 10s. Lift them up a little bit so you can get in there, unplug them. You get all the coils out, blow out the little tubes, pull your spark plugs out, and inspect them. All right, so if you pull your coils out and they're just soaked with oil, that means the spark plug tube is filling up with oil. So that means you'll need to replace your valve cover gasket. The outer part of the gasket is the outer part of the gasket for the valve cover, but the O-rings on the gasket are what seals the tubes, okay? So if your spark plugs are all wet on the porcelains and your coils are all wet, then that's when you need to replace the valve cover gasket, okay? So when you get all your spark plugs out and you want to inspect them, see if any of them are abnormally worn or abnormally fouled out. These look pretty good. So then we're gonna put our new ones in. Get your new ones, and we're gonna put in some iridiums. Iridiums are pre-gapped, just make sure that they're not smashed. And also rub your fingers around on the porcelain. Even if your hands are kind of clean, the dirt in your fingers will show up a crack in the porcelain. So just rub your hands around on them and inspect them and make sure everything looks good. Okay? Okay, now that you got your spark plugs in there, you got them snugged up, you want to torque them to 15 foot-pounds. All right, and then next you want to do, grab coils, put a little bit of dielectric grease inside here, rub it inside there with a little pocket screwdriver, and then rub some dielectric grease around the top on the seal part to help seal them, keep the dirt out and water, whatever, moisture, okay? And then you want to put your coils in, and you want to connect the connectors up, and then put your little bolts on them, and then snug your bolts up. All right, you got your vacuum line back onto the valve cover into the intake, connector connected. You got your evap connector on there, you got your evap line on there. Got your other lines down below pushed into little clamps. Got your coils bolted down, torque them to like 5 foot-pounds. Put your air filter in. Remember, this whole piece here has got 2 clips in the back, gotta go in, little notches. If it doesn't fit in there nice, then you got the filter in wrong, and these things should just go right on there and push on. Put your clamp on, your hose, put your engine cover on with your 2 nuts, and goes into the 2 things in the back, and that's it. And that's how you do your spark plugs. If I helped you do the spark plugs, that's great. Maybe you could help me out by subscribing. If you already subscribed, I appreciate it, and I want to thank you.